Verdine in the sky, Duncan sing twice as high. Demeter, Mary-Uto, a specials rainbow. We learn from all of them. Authors to know, singing so, a specials rainbow. We can draw anything, jump and run, get in the sun, a specials rainbow, a specials rainbow.
For specials this week, we are talking about community helpers. We can all be helpers in ways big and small. As we read, sing, move, and create, this week think about how we can all help and how we can all be in contribution in our homes, our neighborhoods, and our world.
Scotland's burning, Scotland's burning. Look out, look out. Fire, 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 fire. Pour on water, pour on water. You caught me singing again this week. I just love singing. And you caught me with my fire chief hat on. And I am wearing my fire chief hat because we are talking about caretakers this week. So people that take care of us, like our family or our friends from a socially distant appropriateness and all kinds of other people. But we are going to focus today on people who care for us in society, particularly firefighters. So we're going to learn a song called Scotland's Burning. And the reason we are learning this song is because to put the fire out, we pour water on it, which is similar to what firefighters do. So, you guys ready? Just listen to the song again. Scotland's burning, Scotland's burning. Look out, look out. Fire, 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 fire. Pour on water, pour on water. Real simple, right? There are 4 parts to it. Each part is different, but not complicated. So echo me. Scotland's burning, Scotland's burning. Look out, look out. Fire, 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 fire. Pour on water, pour on water. Very simple. So go ahead and let's sing it together. Scotland's burning, Scotland's burning. Look out, look out. Fire, 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 fire. Pour on water, pour on water. Good. So the trick to this song is that it is actually a cannon. Not like the cannon that you shoot. A different cannon, C-A-N-O-N. And canon means that you start the song at different times, but everyone sings the same thing. So we all sing the song all the way through. We just start at different times. And I made an example for you. So go ahead and enjoy Scotland's Burning in canon.
Scotland's burning, Scotland's burning. Scotland's burning, Scotland's burning. Scotland's burning, Scotland's burning. Pour on water, pour on water, pour on water.
Could you hear all 3 parts? So I sang the song in a 3-part canon. So this time, I want you to sing with me on the first part. So let's do this.
Scotland's burning, Scotland's burning. Scotland's burning, Scotland's burning. Scotland's burning, Scotland's
Now this time, I want you to choose either the second or third part and sing along with me on that part.
Scotland's burning, Scotland's burning, Scotland's burning, Scotland's burning, Scotland's burning, pour on water, pour on water, pour on water.
I'm sure you did a wonderful job, and I hope you enjoyed learning this canon with me today. Thank you. Bye, guys. Have a good day.
Hello, friends. Do you like to help others? Did you know that there are many ways to be a community helper? Today's reading is based on a true story of how one young girl helped others with art. Enjoy the story, and don't forget to go to Clever and click on the typing.com icon to complete more fun typing lessons. Maybe Something Beautiful, How Art Transformed a Neighborhood by F. Isabel Campoy and Teresa Howe, illustrated by Rafael Lopez. In the heart of a gray city, there lived a girl who loved to doodle, draw, color, and paint. Every time she saw a blank piece of paper, Mira thought to herself, maybe. And because of this, her room was filled with color and her heart was filled with joy. On her way to school one day, Mira gave a round apple to Mr. Henry, the owner of the shop down the street. She gave a flower to Ms. Lopez, the lady with the sparkling eyes. She gave a songbird to Mr. Sachs and a red heart to the policeman who walked up and down the streets. On her way home, Mira taped a glowing sun onto the wall, hiding in the shadows. Her city was less gray, but not much. The next day, Mira saw a man with a pocket full of paintbrushes. He gazed at the wall. He looked at her son. He held his fingers up in a square and peered through them. He said thoughtfully. What do you see? Mira asked. Maybe something beautiful, the man replied. Then just like that, he dipped a brush in the paint. Bam! Pow! The shadows scurried away. Sky blue cut through the gloom. The man's laughter was like a rainbow spreading across the sky. Who are you? Mira asked. I'm an artist, he said. A muralist. I paint on walls. I'm an artist too, she told him. He handed Mira a brush. Then come on. Mira dipped it in the loudest color she saw. Yowee! The wall lit up like sunshine. As the man drew pictures on the bricks, Mira added color, punch, and pizzazz. Soon Mr. Sachs joined in. Then came others. Everyone painted to the rhythm. Salsa, merengue, bebop. Even Mira's mama painted and danced the cha-cha-cha. The whole neighborhood became a giant block party. Until the policeman walked up. Excuse me, he said. The music stopped. Mira put her brush down. They were surely in trouble. The officer cleared his throat, then paused. May I paint with you? He asked. So Mira handed him a paintbrush and the music started again. Teachers and papas jumped in, babies too. Mira and the man handed out brush after brush. Color spread throughout the streets. So did joy. Wherever Mira and the man went, art followed like the string of a kite. After they colored the walls, they painted utility boxes and benches. They decorated sidewalks with poetry and shine, and everyone danced. Together, they created something more beautiful than they had ever imagined. When their clothes were splattered with a million colors, everyone sat down to rest, except the muralist. His eyes sparkled. "You, my friends, are all artists," he told them. "The world is your canvas." He smiled wide, then pulled everything together in big, sweeping motions. His paintbrush was like a magic wand. When he was finished, Mira added one more bird way up in the sky. Maybe, she thought, just maybe. Maybe Something Beautiful is based on a true story. At one time, the colorful East Village near downtown San Diego, California, did not have murals on the walls, nor quotes from Gandhi, Martin Luther King, and Cesar Chavez written on the sidewalks. Benches were not the works of art you can see now, and people living in the area were not part of the vibrant community that they are today. Instead, the streets were gray and drab, but one day, a husband-wife team, he an artist, she a graphic designer and community leader, moved in and transformed their neighborhood into a place of beauty. Raphael and Candace Lopez designed a plan to bring people together to create art so that their neighborhood could become a better place for all to live. They held meetings in their home to share their idea. Everyone was invited: police officers, graffiti artists, teachers, single parents, children, homeless people, and more. With the help of many, the Urban Art Trail was born, and volunteers of all ages, races, and walks of life committed themselves to a common goal: reviving their community through art. First came murals entitled "The Joy of Urban Living" and "The Strength of the Women." Then the community painted utility boxes and benches bright colors. They crafted mosaics around the trees along the streets. Raphael and Candace had noticed that in their neighborhood, people often looked down at the ground as they walked, so they painted poems and calligraphy on the sidewalks. Little by little, the entire neighborhood became a work of art and an inspiration to those who lived there. The impact of art in the neighborhood grew. Some of the painted benches were auctioned off, and the money provided classes and scholarships for at-risk students who had an interest in art. Visitors came to admire. Donations, big and small, came in, and what had once seemed to be an impossible dream became a trademark of San Diego's East Village. The movement prompted by the Urban Art Trail spread far and wide. Communities throughout the United States have commissioned Raphael's murals, and neighborhoods as far away as Canada and Australia have implemented the model of community-based art. Maybe Something Beautiful, illustrated by the muralist who inspired it, was written in honor of Raphael and Candace Lopez and all the quiet leaders in our neighborhoods. It is an invitation to transform not only the walls and streets of our cities, but also the minds and hearts of our communities.
Hello again. This week we're talking all about helping others. And right now, as a global society, we have wonderful examples of people in our community that are caregivers, many of which we already know, but seem to be much more amplified in what they have to do to help keep us safe. That's more present in our forefront of our mind. It may be their profession, like a nurse or a firefighter or even a post office employee, or their passion, or both. No matter what your position is in life, you can always find ways to help and support your community. I want to think and talk about ways that art can be used for good. There are so many ways that art can be used for the greater good, but I'm just going to focus on 3. 1, public art and beautification projects. 2, positive messaging and encouragement. And 3, handmade gifts. Public art and beautification projects, enrich the environment. They bring people together that are creating them. They often change an otherwise drab and boring space into something interesting and colorful. When things are beautiful and colorful, many people appreciate it. And it's nice, but it does much more than that. In Indianapolis's Plan 2020, its bicentennial agenda, it calls out the importance of public art in reaching an overall city vision of becoming a healthier, more inclusive, more resilient, and more competitive community, stating, quote, "Public art, in particular, has a role to play because it's seen and shared by all segments of the community, young and old, rich and poor. We use it to tell stories, connect people in history, and place things in context. Art and culture make Indianapolis not only an attractive destination, but also help recognize it as home." Another way is art for encouragement and positive messaging. It's a delightful way to use your time and talents to lift up others. We are seeing tons of examples of this right now, from signs at the park thanking essential workers to decorating sidewalks and windows with bright motifs and "we are all in this together" messages, to kindness rocks hidden for folks to find, fun TikToks online, memes, musicians, and posting sweet songs and other things that you can see to remind us that we are not alone during this time of social isolation, which itself is an act of kindness to others. Handmade gifts are also a nice way that you can put your talents to work and help others. Receiving a handmade gift or card just seems to have a little extra love involved. You can find many ideas for different handmade gift creations online or from family and friends. And I'm going to keep it simple and make a card, an envelope of paper, mostly from my recycling bin, for a friend of mine. She's extra isolated because she happens to live alone, just her and her pets, and she's a nurse working with COVID-19 patients. I want to give her a little thanks for everything she's doing to help keep our community healthy and show her how much I love her with just a simple card. All right, hello again. So got a bunch of stuff I drug out of my recycling, and I have some basic supplies, some glue stick, scissors, crayons, maybe a pencil, and I do have a ruler that's mostly for like tearing a straight edge. But otherwise, you could really do this project with just glue stick and recycled materials, or even tape, any kind of adhesive that you can find. So I found this pamphlet or handout or whatever that was like really thick material. So I want to take, so I already ripped it apart, but I took the outside part, kind of like the cover, because again, it's very thick. That's going to serve as the base of my card for my friend. I might even, I'm thinking I'm going to, might make it even. I guess I don't need to make it even, but I want to make sure it's straight. So I'm going to use my ruler here to actually change the shape of this beginning of this card. Mostly because a lot of times when I'm doing something handmade, I like it to show. So that shape, that exact kind of proportion of that rectangle was very much like a regular card, but I wanted to change it up a little bit. So I made it a different shaped card. So now it could be, you know, it could be like a little short card, boop, 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 or it could even be a tall, like stand-up card. I'm thinking about it because it's so stiff that, oh, not quite. But you get the point of where I'm going, is I'm trying to find ways to change it quite a bit. Now, obviously, this is not a very fun card for my friend. I mean, like the bottom part of someone's, you know, the torso of someone doing something, that's not a card. The bottom wheels, no. I'm going to cover this with other things I can find. So I've got a magazine, you know, like again, all that stuff you get in the mail that you don't always want. I even have some old envelope that would have just been trashed from my Verizon bill that I can use to put crayon colors on, maybe make a unique color. I got some dark purple. I could add a little lighter purple. That didn't really change it much, but you know, kind of mess with it as I start to think about what I'm going to add to this card. Whenever you're making a personal gift for someone, you want to think about them while you're doing it. So when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking about my friend. She is a nurse, as I already told you. She is actually really into pink, so that's fun that I have so much pink here. She also likes to go out to eat a lot. Oh man, I got so much pink. Likes to go out to eat a lot. She loves her animals. Wow, this is a kind of a neat bit. That's just a big window. So maybe I'll cut that out and start to make that. She also likes vacations, so that looks like a vacation. I'm going to take some time, step away, make my card. Again, cutting out pieces I like, collaging them, gluing them onto this. And then I want to come back and show you how to make your very own envelope. All right, card's finished. A little thinking of you card. Got a message just saying thank you for keeping our city healthy. I told you she likes animals, so there's some kitty cat, and then the I love you. And then on the back, there's another animal. So, card done, ready to send off to my pal. I want to make a homemade envelope though. I told you she likes to go out to eat and stuff a lot, so I found all these great pieces of paper that had, or excuse me, pages from the magazine that had food on them. I'm going to use this one. I think this looks delicious. And to make your own card or your own envelope, you need a piece of paper that is bigger on all sides than this. But it can't just be bigger with the rectangle right in the center. You actually tilt it a bit, and you want to have you want to be able to place your card on this paper where there is at least a triangle above, leaving a little extra on the edges, a triangle to the right, a triangle to the bottom, and a triangle to the left. To make it easiest for me, what I like to do is line it up, making sure I got plenty of little extra space for the folds, and then I actually do not need all this extra. I want it to almost be like a square around it. It's kind of off center a bit, but still almost like a square more than a rectangle. So I'm going to trim off that excess. Then, just like an envelope would be, you fold up the bottom, fold one side in, oopsies, the other side in, and this is not going to be perfect as far as symmetrical goes, but it will cover up and make an envelope that you can slide your card in. So right now I'm holding it down with my hands. I'll glue those with glue stick, and then this part will come down and you can see it comes together to cover up the card. That's how you make your own little personal envelope. I mean, it's food on that side. If I'm going to try to mail it to her, I will have to put something here, like a label, and to write her address, and then a return label. Otherwise, I don't think our friendly mail carrier will mail it off. Hope you guys have a great week.
This week is service people, and we're going to do a service person workout, and this workout will include the 5 components of fitness. Now remember FitnessGram, we did a few of the components of fitness in the FitnessGram, but not all of them. The first component of fitness is cardiovascular endurance. That's when you did your pacer run. And remember that you ran back and forth for 20 meters and see how many times you could run back and forth to exhaustion and stay with the beat. I'm not going to run now, but the idea behind that is to increase your heart and lung capacity to make them the strongest they can be. So, you know, we're all big on running, and you have to be very creative. Even if you're not running, you can burn as many calories walking as you can running. So get out and get up and stay moving, and that'll increase your cardiovascular endurance. The second component of fitness is muscular strength. Now we did push-ups, so we can do push-ups, and boys and girls, you don't have to do too many, but you want to always increase the number that you do. Remember, there's no such thing as a girl's push-up. A push-up is a push-up is a push-up. So remember to keep your back straight, your hands about shoulder width apart, you've got your knees off the ground, you go down and come back up, go down and come back up. And sometimes if you get tired, it's okay to rest in this position as long as you can do another one. So start with a small number. If you can do 5 or 6, do 5 or 6. Take a day off and then continue on. But you gradually want to get stronger with your muscular strength. Girls, you can always do about half of what the boys do. That's muscular strength. Muscular endurance is an easy one. Now we did sit-ups and see how many sit-ups we can do, and I know we stopped at 25 or 75 on FitnessGram, and many of you went to the limit on that. Another way you can increase your muscular endurance is to do a plank. And a plank is simply when you rest on your elbows, you can keep your hands together, keep your back nice and straight, and stay in the air for about 1 minute. Okay, this is endurance. How long can you hold this position? Plank, plank, and plank. One of the components of fitness that we never did test with FitnessGram is flexibility. And that's very important, especially as you get older. So practice your flexibility now. One way to do this that we used to test with FitnessGram is the sit and reach. And this measures the amount of flexibility that you have in your legs and your lower back. So this is simply keeping your knees flat on the ground, keep your toes pointing up, and reaching, and reaching, and reaching. Typically, girls are a lot more flexible than boys are, but you always want to practice, okay? Practice flexibility, okay? Pull, pull, pull. Stretch your lower back and feel it in your legs as well. The last part and component of fitness is body composition, and that's where your diet comes in. you're as good as what you put in. Put good in and get good out. So watch what you eat, kids. Make sure you eat a well-balanced diet, everything in moderation, and that'll help keep the amount of body fat down. So a service person workout. So who's a service person or an essential worker, an essential person? Kids just like you.